This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Press the like symbol if you enjoyed any part of this video. Thank you. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Oops, sorry, it didn't come up. Today, my blood sugar is at 6, which is just on the border of when we start treating it low and when we don't. Time in range is 96%, and 2% high, 2% low. Both of these ideally should be at 4%. My average sugar in millimoles per liter is 7.1. So that is the metric system. For those of you on the American system, that's 127. So that's a fairly good blood sugar. How am I achieving this? I use an insulin pump, and I recently went through the 780 pump. The 780 Medtronic or Medtronic MiniMed 780 pump is an example of a closed loop system. And if I open it up and take a look at this, it will always try to correct your blood sugars. You have the pink, which is when it's giving you basal rate, and you have correction when it's a solid blue line. Yeah, this is wonderful, but what does this actually mean? It means you're not there every 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Helps if I have it the right way, huh? Every 5 minutes. Oh, I gotta give a correction here. I believe it can correct up to 12 times an hour to help bring low blood sugars down. It's handy if you forget to bolus after a meal. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to solve all of your worries. Ideally, what you want is a good basal rate and then allowing the machine to do its thing. The hardest thing for me to learn was to let it go. Just let it go and do its own thing. Not only will it try to correct blood sugars for you, but it will also suspend if you drop below 4. Don't quote me on that number. But with the Medtronic, you will be stopped for 2 hours and then you can start again. Closed loop is actually getting to be the closest thing we really have to an artificial pancreas. There is a company that's coming out and developing a pancreas. And if that's the case, great. Right now, closed loop systems are the best we have. Some systems work with the Dexcom in order to read. What I personally don't like, and it's nothing about how the machine works, it's just having 2 separate devices on you. Having your Dexcom reader and this, and then Omnipod. If you have an Omnipod, you have a sensor and you have to have another phone. For me, everything's on here, and that's a real plus. So let me get back here. So here, this number is the reading from my sensor. If I start going up quickly, the pump will start kicking in and giving me insulin. If I'm dropping too fast and go below, I believe it's 4, it will stop. Stop giving me insulin for 2 hours. And then it will start again. The biggest problem I used to have with a non-closed loop system what was my biggest problem? It wouldn't shut off. And if I had a low, the ambulance driver or the emergency room doctor, you've got to take that out. The problem was they never supplement. I had issues. For me to go home, I would have to wait for an ambulance. They put me in the back part of the emergency room, which was fine, but my blood sugar started to rise. There were a number of times I went home and I'd be just on the verge of DKA. With the suspension, it works great. It will, once it starts up, it will give me my basal rate. It won't bolus, but it'll give me my basal rate. Won't bolus until I get a good number. So, is closed loop worth investigating? Yes. They wanted me on a closed loop system so that we can really track and see, and maybe controlling, having the pump give me the insulin is a better way to go. The new sensors, you're not going to have to calibrate every time. Okay, right now, this says I'm low. Now the nurse will be in here shortly, so. Everything on the Medtronic pump is in this little device. You don't have to get a separate Dexcom to go with it. You don't have to make sure you have your phone with you all the time. If you go out for a walk and you forget your phone or your PDM, it could be a real problem. With Medtronic, you're going to be safe. It's nice to go to bed at night and sleep through, not waking up being super high. Nothing's worse than being super high all night, having to use the restroom all night. You're not getting sleep. Your body's gonna start saying, hey, I really need some help here. And chances are you could end up in DKA. Is the closed loop system something for you? Discuss it with your doctor. Discuss it with the Medtronic team as well. See how they will it be able to help you. Closed Loop has worked wonders for me, and it can work wonders for you as well. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. I hope you have a good night, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.